The road to 600. Deadlifts are my thing. I have long arms and I'm blessed with a high proportion of fast twitch muscle fibers. In this video series, I will guide you through my process on how I aim at a 600 pound 1 rep deadlift. All this within 15 weeks of dedicated training. First off, we will see what my current max rep deadlift is, and afterwards I will guide you through the scientific approach of training and how I will supplement my nutrition to reach this 600 pounds goal. Alright, so here I am at CrossFit Tries 9 preparing for 1 rep max. I have always preferred not doing too many reps before trying to hit a deadlift, a heavy deadlift. This is because I have an explosive genotype, meaning that I'm naturally strong, but I fatigue quickly. So I decided to go for a couple of light sets of 8 reps, then 6, 4, 2 to finish with 4 max single reps. So here I am at one of my last sets, pulling exactly 500 pounds. I have not really been deadlifting at all the last couple of months, so I was actually pretty stoked to hit this lift. Nevertheless, this is still well under my all-time PR of 545 pounds. I figured I had one more lift in me and I attempted 515. As you can see here, I just made it. Quite clearly, 1 RM was hit for that day. Alright, so how will I attack this challenge? Let's first talk about training. I found this very interesting paper published by Arazi and colleagues, where they compared cluster sets and traditional sets in powerlifters. So well-trained people that knew how to train. Cluster set is something that I've never done myself and never done before, and it refers to a training method where traditional sets are broken down into smaller sets or clusters with short rest intervals in between them. For example, what you can see here is that the subject did 2 times 5 reps with a short break of 20 seconds in between the cluster set, while the traditional set was simply doing 10 reps. Both methods were done the first set at 70% of 1 rep max, and then they increased the weight on the bar in the latter sets. After 8 weeks of training, you can quite clearly see that both groups improved their 1 rep max almost to the same extent, and it's actually quite impressive by approximately 15%. Interestingly, explosive movements such as med ball throw and also lower body peak power were actually better after training using these cluster sets. So for my little experiment, we will do basically the same. I will follow the exact training protocol as described in this research work, and I will go for the cluster sets. Why? Because I figured that it might fatigue me less overall, given the short rest in between those reps. I have 15 pound deadlifts right now. This means that a 16% increase will get me to the 600 pound deadlift goal within these 15 weeks of training. I think it's doable given the fact that I did not train or deadlift that much the last months. To help my improvements, I will also start loading up on creatine, the monohydrate form. I will go for 5 grams per day for the full 15 weeks. Creatine is certainly one of the most researched and safe supplements around. It increases creatine phosphate stores, and if you have watched my previous video, you know that creatine phosphate provides energy to the muscle for short, intense movements. This means that creatine supplementation can actually improve training efficiency. Why? Because you can take more load and actually do more reps on creatine. Alright, I'm off for training now. I will document my training and my process. I really hope you liked this video. Please subscribe to the channel because it only takes a couple seconds from your time, but it means a lot to us. Until next time, ciao.